Gentlemen, what I have here is a 10-pound brisket. This is my little quick tip. Yeah, Stubbs marinade, or any kind of beef marinade. Take your marinade. Good crack. I don't know if you can see, my hand's probably in the damn way, but you just fill up the plastic bag that the brisket's already in. Like so. Let it breathe like a lung. Anyway, pour a little more in there. And it should take this whole jar with no problems at all. Well, it took it. My wife, when she cooks a brisket, she puts it in a cast iron pot and she just puts it in the oven at about 225 for about 8 hours. And well, all the fat just renders off the meat, and the meat just kind of floats in that fat, and it's extremely tender. So what I've done, since I don't have indirect heat for my barbecue pit, I've taken that brisket and I've marinated it for 24 hours and I've set it into a cast iron pot, and now I'm smoking it. And so I'm going to do this probably for about 6 hours. So take a look at this. Now that brisket's been in there for a couple hours. A lot of the fat has rendered off. You can probably see it bubbling. So that meat is just sitting there in that fat, getting smoked and cooked all at the same time. Now it's going to be cooked a little quicker than your normal brisket because of the heat is so close, but I'll adjust that as I go along during the day, and I may have to drain off some of this fat. But that thing is a thing of beauty right there. Oh my gosh. And you know it's going to be tender because, like I said, it's just floating in the fat. Woo. Cardio diet. Well, gentlemen, label out. Alright, 2024 Jay-Z, you're watching the master at work. Now it's been almost 4 hours. Wait till you get a load of this. Oh, look at that. You see that fat bubbling? Look at that. It's just slowly bubbling. And that brisket, fat side up, it's just sitting there slowly smoking and bubbling. Okay, y'all, here's what we're going to do. In about 2 hours, I'm going to drain all the grease off, and then I'm going to let that brisket sit on there about another half hour. That's going to dry it out a little bit. Then we're going to take it inside and cut it up, and we'll take a final look. But anyway, a little dedication to the 40 ounce guys. Label out. There you go. Now what I do, y'all, is about every 2 hours or so, I turn the brisket so that the heat comes up on the other side. And then it looks a little dry, so I went ahead and smeared some of that fat all over the top of that. Oh, cast iron cooking at its finest. Ruby. Hey dog, get over here. What, you think you're gonna get some of that? Oh, doesn't get much better than that right there. Okay, gentlemen, this is part of my cardio diet. Smoke and fat and cold beverages. Psych. I have to go to work tonight, so can't partake. But 2024 Jay-Z, I know you're the king of the queue. I will admit that, but this is my variation of it. Smoked meat, bubbling and fat. Oh, even got my dog out here. Yeah, I know. Anyway, we'll be talking to you on Facebook. We're on there. Check the links below. Right there in the description, you'll see some links. Please click them. and come join us. Good group of people out there. Can't wait to cut into this stuff. Okay, y'all, got to get this brisket out of here so that it'll dry out. I sure hope I can lift it without breaking it in half. Woo, who's your daddy? Nice. Now we're going to dry it out now for about another 30 minutes or so. Let it get a little more smoke on it. Ooh, boy, that looks good. Okay, I got the cast iron pot out of the way. Now what I'm going to do is kind of manipulate this over to the other side of the pit to keep it off the heat. It's going to be real easy with it because it's so tender it wants to fall apart. Wow, you gotta smell this thing. Okay, gentlemen, this is the 2024 JZ Killer Brisket right here. Now watch this. I wash my finger. That's pretty tender when you can just poke your finger right through a brisket. Now, let's get to cutting this thing up. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, look at that. Y'all seeing what I'm seeing? Now I had to cut it thick because it's still hot, but that's pretty darn tender when it just breaks. And that's because my wife has the best technique for cooking brisket. And that's, ow, 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 it's still hot, smoking it or boiling it in its own fat. Now that thing there is a thing of beauty. Now the only thing that makes brisket better is homemade pickled peppers right here. We're going to get one of those out. Look at that. Ooh, yeah. Now, gentlemen, I want you to check out JF GB 1979. Now, he's the one responsible for these kick butt peppers. They're awesome, and of course, they go perfect with barbecue. And as you can see, that brisket, look at that, it's ready to go. And these are some of the best peppers I've ever had. Not only are these hot, but they got flavor. Oh, they're good. Real good. Kind of choke you up there, though. But y'all, that's how I cook my brisket. And you can thank my wife for the boiling method. This has got nice smoke flavor to it and extremely tender. Now I'm going to let that rest for a little while, and then I'm going to cut it up. It will firm up a little bit, but not much. And as you saw, it doesn't take much when you can just push a brisket apart, and it is perfectly like that. I mean, just awesome. If you don't have any teeth, this is the brisket you want. So, 2024 JZ. Take 24 hours to cook whatever you want. I did mine in 6 hours. Marinate it and cook it in its own fat. Doesn't get any better than that. Alright, I'll be talking to you, Jason.